All you say is interesting, Momotaro, said the old man. I will not hinder you in this determination. You may go if you wish. Go to the island as soon as ever you like and destroy the demons and bring peace to the land. Thank you for all your kindness, said Momotaro. We began to get ready to go that very day. He was full of courage and did not know what fear was. The old man and woman at once set to work to pound rice in the kitchen, mortar to make cakes for Momotaro to take with him on his journey. At last, the cakes were made and Momotaro was ready to start on his long journey. Parting is always sad. So it was now. The eyes of the two old people were filled with tears, and their voices trembled as they said, "Go with all care and speed. We expect you back victorious." Momotaro was very sorry to leave his old parents, though he knew he was coming back as soon as he could, for he thought of how lonely they would be while he was away. Quite brave. I am going now. Take good care of yourself while I'm away. Goodbye. And he stepped quickly out of the house and silenced the eyes of Momotaro, and his parents met in farewell. Momotaro now hurried on his way till he was midday. He began to feel hungry, so he opened up his bag and took out one of the rice cakes and sat down under the tree by the side of the road to eat. While he was thus having his lunch, a dog almost larger as a coat came running out from the high grass. He made straight for Momotaro and, showing his teeth, said in a fierce way, "You are a rude man to pass my field without asking permission first. If you leave me all the cakes you have in your bag, you may go. Otherwise, I will bite you till I kill you." Momotaro only laughed scornfully. "What is this you are saying? Do you know who I am? I am Momotaro, and I am on my way to subdue the devils in the island stronghold in the northeast of Japan. If you try to stop me on my way there, I will cut you two from the head downwards." The dog's manner at once changed. His tail dropped between his legs, and coming near, he bowed so low that his forehead touched the ground. "What do I hear? The name Momotaro? Are you indeed Momotaro? I have often heard of your great strength. Not knowing who you were, I have behaved in a very stupid way. Will you please pardon my rudeness?" For a long time, they walked over the hills and through the valleys. As they were going along, an animal came down from a tree. A little ahead of them, the creature soon came up to Momotaro and said, "Good morning, Momotaro. You are welcome in this part of the country. Will you allow me to go with you?" The dog answered jealously, "Momotaro already has a dog to accompany him. Of what use is a monkey like you in battle? We are on our way to fight the devils. Get away." The dog and the monkey began to quarrel and bite, for these two animals always hate each other. "Now, don't quarrel," said Momotaro, putting himself between them. "Wait a minute, dog. It is not all of this fight for you to have such creature as that following you," said the dog. "What do you know about it?" asked Momotaro. And pushing aside the dog, he spoke to the monkey. "Who are you?" "I am a monkey living in these hills," replied the monkey. "I heard of your expedition to the island of devils, and I have come to go with you. Nothing will please me more than to follow you. Do you really wish to go to the islands and devils and fight with me?" "Yes, sir," replied the monkey. "I admire your courage," said Momotaro. "Here is a piece of one of my fine rice cakes. Come along." So the monkey joined Momotaro. The dog and the monkey did not get on well together. They were always snapping at each other. As they went along, and always wanting to have a fight. This made Momotaro very cross, and at last he sent the dog on ahead with the flag and put the monkey behind him with the sword. He placed himself between them with the far fan, which is made of iron. By and by, they came to a Here, a bird flew down and alighted on the ground just in front of the little party. It was the most beautiful bird Momotaro had ever seen. On its body were 5 different rows of feathers, and its head was covered with a scarlet cap. The dog at ranch ran at the bird and tried to seize and kill it, but the bird struck out its spurs and flew at the dog's tail, and the fight went hard with both. Momotaro, as he looked on, could not help admiring the bird. It showed so much spirit in the fight. It would certainly make a good fighter. Momotaro went up to the 2 combatants and, holding the dog back, said to the bird, "You rascal! You are hindering my journey. Surrender at once, and I will take you with me. If you don't, I will set this dog to bite your head off." Then the bird surrendered at once and begged to be taken into Momotaro's company. I do not know what excuse to offer for the quarreling with the dog, your servant, but I did not see you. I am a miserable bird called a pheasant. It was very generous of you to pardon my rudeness and take me with you. Please allow me to follow you behind the dog and the monkey. "I congratulate you on surrendering so soon," said Momotaro, smiling. "Come and join us in a raid on the devils." "Or are you going to take this bird with you also?" asked the dog, interrupted. "Why do you ask such unnecessary question? Did you hear what I said? I take the bird with me because I wish to." Said the dog. Then Momotaro stood and gave this order. "Now, all of you must listen to me. Necessary in an army is harmony. It is a wise saying which says that the advantage on earth is better than the advantage in heaven. Union amongst ourselves is better than any earthly gain. When we are not at peace amongst ourselves, it is no easy thing to subdue an enemy. For now, you 3, the dog, the monkey, and the pheasant, must be friends with one mind. This one first begins with the quarrel will be discharged on the spot. All the three promised not to quarrel. The pheasant was now made a member of Mama Toro's suite and received half a cake. Mama Toro's influence was so great that the three became good friends and hurried on with him as the leader. Hurrying on the day after they at last came upon the shore of the northeastern sea, there was nothing to be seen as far as the horizon, not a sign of an island. All that broke the stillness was the rolling of the waves upon the shore. Now the dog and the monkey and the pheasant had come very bravely all the way through the long valleys and over the hills, but they had never seen the sea before, and for the first time since they set out there bewildered and gazed at each other in silence. How were they to cross? Momotaro, Susan, they were daunted by the sight of the sea. To try this, he spoke loudly and roughly. Why do you hesitate? Are you afraid of the sea? Oh, what cowards you are. It is impossible to take we creatures as we with me to fight the demons. It will be far better for me to go alone. I discharge you all at once. The three animals were taken back at his sharp reproof and clung to Momotaro's sleeve, begging him not to send them away. Please, Momotaro, said the dog. We have come thus far, said the monkey. It is inhumane to leave us here, said the peasant. We are not afraid at all of the sea, said the monkey again. Please take us with you, said the pheasant. Do please, said the dog. They had now gained a little courage, so Momotaro said, well then, I will take you with me, but be careful. Momotaro now got a small ship, and they all got on board. The wind and the weather were fair, and the ship went like an arrow over the sea. It was the first time they had ever been on the water. And so, at first, the dog, the monkey, and the pheasant were frightened at the waves and the rolling of the vessel. But the degrees that grew accustomed to the water here were quite happy again. Every day they paced to the deck of their ship, eagerly looking out for the demon's island. When they grew tired of this, they told each other stories of all their exploits, of which they were proud, and then played games together, and Momotaro found much to amuse him in listening to the three animals and watching their antics, and in this way he forgot that the way was long and that he was tired of the voyage and doing nothing. He longed to be at the work of killing the monsters who had done so much harm in his country. As the wind blew in the favor and they met no storms, and the ship made a quick voyage, and one day when the sun was shining brightly, a sight of the land rewarded for the 4 watches at the boat. Momotaro knew at once that what the way was the devil's stronghold. On the top of the precipitous shore, looking out at the sea, was a large castle. Now that was the Enterprise was close to hand, and he was deep in thought when his head leaning on his hands, wondering how he should begin the attack. His 3 followers watched him, waiting for the orders. At last called to the pheasant. It is great advantage for us to have you with us, said Momotaro to the bird, for you have good wings. Fly at once to the castle and engage the demons to fight. We will follow you. The pheasant at once obeyed. He flew off from the ship, beating the air gladly with his wings. The bird soon reached the island and took up his position at the roof of the middle of the castle, calling out loudly, "All you devils, listen to me! The great Japanese General Momotaro has come to fight, and you will take your stronghold from you. If you wish to save your life, surrender at once. And in token of our submission, you will break off the horns and grow on your forehead. If you do not surrender at once, but make you all mine to fight, we, the pheasant, the dog, the monkey, will kill you all by biting and tearing you to death." The horned demons looked up and only seeing the pheasant, laughed and said, "A wild pheasant? Indeed, it is ridiculous to hear such words from you, mean thing like you. Wait till we get a blow from one of our iron bars." Very angrily indeed were the devils. They shook their horns and their shocks of their red hair fiercely. And rushed to put on their tiger skin trousers to make themselves look more terrible. Then they brought out great iron bars and ran to where the pheasant perched over their heads and tried to knock him down. The pheasant flew to one side to escape the blow and then attacked the head of the first one and then another demon. He flew around and round them, beating off the air with the wings so fiercely and ceaselessly. The devils began to wonder whether they had to fight one or many birds. In the meantime, Momotaro had brought his ship to the land. As they approached, he saw the shore like a precipice, and the large castle was surrounded by the high walls and the large iron gates and was strongly fortified. Momotaro landed, and with the hope of finding some way of entrance, walked the path towards the top, followed by the monkey and the dog, and soon they came upon the two beautiful damsels washing their clothes in the stream. Momotaro saw the clothes with bloodstain, and that as the two maidens watched. The tears were falling fast down their cheeks. He stopped and spoke to them. "Who are you, and why do you weep?" "We are captives of the Demon King. We were carried away from our homes to this island, and though we are the daughters of Daimoye's lords, we are obliged to be his servants, and one day he will kill us." And the maidens held up their blood-stained clothes. "And eat us, and there is no one to help us." And tears burst out afresh at the horrible thought. "I will rescue you," said Momotaro. "Do not weep anymore. Only show me how I may get into the castle." Then the two ladies led the way and showed Momotaro a little back door in the lowest part of the castle wall, so small that Momotaro could hardly crawl in. The pheasant, who was all this time fighting hard, saw Momotaro and his little band rushing to the back. Momotaro's onslaught was so fierce that the devils could not stand against him. At first, the foe had been a single bird, the pheasant, but now Momotaro and the dog and the monkey had arrived. They were bewildered, for the four enemies fought like 100, so strong were they. Some of the devils fell off the parapet of the castle and were dashed to pieces on the rocks beneath. Others fell into the sea and were drowned, many, and were beaten to the death by the three animals. The chief of the devils at last was the only one left. He made it up his mind to surrender, for now he was the enemy, the stronger of the mortal man. He came up humbly to Momotaro and threw down his iron bar, and kneeling down at the victor's feet, he broke off his horns on his head in a token of submission, for they were the sign of strength and power. "I am afraid of you," he said meekly. "I cannot stand against you. I will give you all the chests hidden in the castle if you will spare my life." Momotaro laughed. "It is not like you. big devil, to beg for mercy, is it? I cannot spare you your wicked life. However much you beg for, you have killed and tortured many people and robbed our country for many years. Then Momotaro tied the devil chief up again in the monkey's charge. Having done this, he went down into the rooms of the castle and set the pendulum free and gathered together all the treasures he found. The dog and the vessel carried home the plunder, and thus Momotaro returned triumphantly to his home, taking home the devil chief as a captive. Others are Damais, and the others whom a wicked demon had carried off to be his slaves were taken safely to their own homes and delivered to their parents. The whole country made a hero of Momotaro on his triumphant return and rejoiced that the country was not free from the robber devil who had been terror over the land for a long time. The old couple's joy was greater than ever, and the treasure of Momotaro had brought home with him enabled them to live peace and plenty to the end of their days.